Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the convicted cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. If you can't tell, I'm sick. In fact, the reason this video is so late is because I've been at the urgent care with my son for 6 goddamn hours today, just to find out we both had the flu, which is what we kind of assumed was the case already. So, yay. But now I've been good though. I didn't spoil the nominations for myself. I had several hours, like I just said, to just break down and peek at what the nominees were just out of boredom. But I was a good boy. I did not spoil it for myself. I wanted to actually have maybe some legitimate reactions to these. The only thing I saw was that apparently Everything Everywhere All at Once got a whopping 14 nominations, which does not surprise me whatsoever, considering that they have some goofy categories, not goofy, but categories that the Oscars don't have, like Best Ensemble, which it definitely got in for, and Best like Youth Performance, which maybe Stephanie Sue is eligible for, things like that. So it does not surprise me whatsoever that that has a fuckload of nominations, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I figured just in case I had to stop and edit this a little bit, I would do it this way as opposed to actually live streaming this because you know what the flu can do to you. All right, but let's share my screen here. I got it more or less ready to go here. Critics' Choice Awards. Oh yeah, one thing I like about the Critics' Choice Awards is that they're on the CW, which is nice. I'm just gonna go to Awards Daily and I can read them on there. Um, Critics' Choice nominations. Yeah, see, leads with 14 nominations, like I said. So let's try to scroll ever so gently as not to spoil things for myself. I make this a little smaller. All right. I don't want to read anything. Just okay, there it is. There's the best picture. We have Avatar, The Way of Water, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, which I hopefully can watch tonight because it's on HBO Max now. I'd like to watch that tonight. Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Glass Onion made it, RRR made it, Tar, Top Gun, and Women Talking. That's damn near what I picked. I can't remember if I put RRR in at the last minute because I did some switching around yesterday. I think I might have had She Said in there instead. All I can see here is there's no Woman King, so that's not great. Other than that, not that I really expected it. But the funny thing about Critics' Choice Awards is that they don't really pick what the critics actually vote for throughout the year is their favorites. They just kind of try to predict the Oscars, which is stupid. It's like be your own awards branch if you're going to do something. Because the highest critically scored movie, I've said it a few times, I think, is After Sun. So you think their favorite movie of the year, critic wise, would be Best Picture nominated, but it's not. What the hell? Because they're more so trying to predict the Oscars as opposed to go their own way with most of these. So it's kind of stupid in that way, the Critics' Choice Awards. And they love to tie things. If there's ever like two front runners to a category, they'll miraculously tie at the Critics' Choice Awards. It's amazing how often that happens. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as you can see, I'm despite the fact that I feel like crap. Nothing there is surprising to me. It's cool to see RRR made it. I still haven't watched it. Like I said, it's 3 hours long and it's an Indian film. And it's cool if it can make it in Best Picture at the Oscars because it's not eligible for the foreign film Oscar because they forget or they didn't forget, but they chose not to submit it as India's entry, which was obviously a huge mistake, and they're killing themselves for that, I'm sure. Best Actor, we have Austin Butler, Tom Cruise, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser. See, there's Paul Mescal for After Sun. Thank you very much. And Bill Nighy. I think I might have gotten that exactly right because I think I had Hugh Jackman in and took him out for Paul Mescal yesterday. I'm going to check when I'm done after this, but we will see. I think I went 6 for 6 on that one. New trailer for the whale, an actual trailer, I should say, for the whale finally came out today, and I still want to see it. I mean, it looks too damn interesting of a performance not to see, even if it's just for that. Best actress, we have Kate Blanchett for Tar, Viola Davis for The Woman King, Danielle Deadwyler for Till. Yay! They didn't forget her, unlike the Golden Globes. Margot Robbie for Babylon, Michelle Williams for The Fablemans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm 99% sure that's the 6 I had. It's really easy when there's 6 for some reason. Like, how is it easier to get 6 right than 5? It's odd, but it is for some reason. But I believe those are the 6 I had. That's nothing surprising there. Just nice to see that Daniel Deadwyler had a little bit of a comeback from being snubbed at the Globes. Supporting actor, there's Paul Dano for The Fablemans, Brendan Gleeson for Banshees, Judd Hirsch for The Fablemans, Barry Keoghan for Banshees. So we got the double Banshee boys and the double Fableman boys in this one. And Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway, the little movie that sort of is. But yeah, that's another critics pick that everyone seems to love, but the movie is kind of like a nothing movie where like it's good, but nobody really seems to give a shit. It's cool to see both the Fableman guys and both Banshee guys here, but once again, no Ben Winshaw. Women Talking was nominated for Pitcher, right? Yeah, okay. So Women Talking got in for Pitcher. No Ben Winshaw again for supporting actor. What the hell? And as I said, there's 6 slots here. I doubt the Oscars are gonna have 2 double nominations for supporting actor, which would be very odd. I just think it's funny because this has been, like, a thing for the last, like, 6 years where every year a supporting actor nomination, there'd be 2 for the same movie. It didn't happen for, like, 30 years or something like that, and then it happened, like, 5 years in a row recently. It's kinda crazy how it just, like, started over again. But cool. I'm glad the Paul Dano's getting awards notice, but, honestly, this could only help Ke Huy Quan, as if he wasn't gonna probably win already in the first place, because having 2 movies with 2 nominees, potentially splitting votes across each other for the movie, could only help the, lone nomination for Mr. Kwan. So we got supporting actress Angela Bassett, Jessie Buckley, there she is, she wasn't at the Globes, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis again for Everything Everywhere, Stephanie Sue, thank you for nominating Stephanie Sue also for Everything Everywhere All at Once, because she deserves it more than Jamie Lee Curtis. It's fine. Like I said, it's okay if they're both there, but there's no reason not to nominate her over Jamie Lee Curtis, in my opinion. Janelle Monáe for Knives Out. So very so no Claire Foy. So maybe Jessie Buckley is the choice now. People didn't know who to vote for, and the Golden Globes snubbed everybody. Now that Jessie Buckley's here, maybe someone will be like, "Oh, she's the one to go for," and then they'll nominate her in supporting all across the board. Jessie Buckley's awesome, and she was nominated last year. It was last year, right, for A Lost Daughter. She was great in that. But I could honestly see the Oscar 5 being these minus, I would say, potentially Janelle Monáe. I don't know if she would get in at the Oscars. Angela Bassett, I could see making it just pure on the fact that she's fucking Angela Bassett and she's awesome. First acting award, nomination at the Golden Globes for, an MCU character. That's something. Best young actor or actress, see, there's a category that the Oscars do not have, obviously. Frankie Corio for Aftersun. Apparently, they're also very good. So I like the acting in Aftersun, that's something. The boy from Till, Gabrielle LaBelle from The Fablemans, who plays young Steven Spielberg, essentially. Bella Ramsey from Catherine Called Birdie, Banks Rapetta, who I heard is very good, from Armageddon Time, and Sadie Sink for The Whale. Sadie Sink, if you don't know, is Max from Stranger Things. She plays Brendan Fraser's daughter in The Whale, and apparently she is like a character who you just love to hate. Like she's like a despicable person in that movie, apparently. But go Sadie, good for you. God damn. Acting ensemble, a category that the Oscars maybe should have. We have Banshees of Inisherin, which is impressive when there's a ensemble nomination and it's for literally 4 actors. That's pretty good because there's like no one else in that movie to nominate. Probably Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'd say that's an easy win. The Fablemans, Glass Onion, very good nomination there. The Woman King, that's a cool one, and Women Talking. So this is the only thing I'd say missing here that is mildly surprising is like Babylon, and I could have seen Top Gun sneaking in here just because Top Gun is popular. But Babylon missing here, and now that I think about it, it missed supporting actor. And did Margot Robbie not get nominated? Oh, she did. Okay. So there's no best actor for Babylon, no supporting actor for Babylon, just Margot Robbie. So that makes sense why there was no ensemble. They didn't really like anyone besides Margot Robbie, maybe enough to nominate them at least. So there's stuff to think about. Director, you got James Cameron. Damien Chazelle got in for Babylon. That's kind of surprising, honestly. Todd Field for our fucking Baz Luhrmann again for Elvis. Good lord. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say too much, but I don't know. It just seems funny to me that Baz Luhrmann is getting in two of these places already. I don't think he's ever been nominated at the Oscars. I think because he was nominated for Best Picture for Moulin Rouge, but I don't think he was nominated for Best Director for Moulin Rouge, and that's the only thing he was ever been nominated for at the Oscars. And then I was looking at his BAFTA nominees. His BAFTA nominations, I mean, are fantastic. So I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if he got into the BAFTAs for this because he won, I think, for screenplay and directing for Romeo and Juliet and was nominated for everything for Moulin Rouge and potentially won. I can't remember for that too. So the BAFTA's like Baz Luhrmann. So the fact that he made it here and Golden Globes, I think he'll probably make BAFTA. Apparently, I don't know. Their system's weird now, so we don't know how that's going to work. But let's keep going. We got the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Thank you. Martin McDonough. Good lord, how many fucking directors are you nominating? One, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay, they just went for 10 now, I guess. All right. I mean, the only ones here that I'm like, whoa, that's cool are not Sarah Polly. I expected her to be there. Um, Gina Prince Bythewood for The Woman King. That is cool. I didn't expect that, and I didn't completely expect SS Rajamouli for RRR. But when you expand the field to 10 fucking directors, I'm not surprised that they got in at all, honestly. I didn't even expect Damien Chazelle here, but with 10 nominations, there's no way in hell he's missing. So is there anyone actually missing out of these 10? I would say not at all because you nominated essentially the 10 people that anyone would have expected. So this is what I mean by they try really hard to predict the Oscars. They're just like, we don't know who's going to get nominated. So let's just nominate 10 fucking directors and then we can pat ourselves on the back for nominating a couple of women too, even though they probably wouldn't have gotten nominated if we stuck it to five, honestly. Sarah Polly maybe, but I doubt the Woman King would have gotten in with five. I don't know what that. I don't know. Best original screenplay, the good category of screenplay, especially this year. Todd Field for Tar, the Daniels for Everything Everywhere, Martin McDonough for Banshees, Spielberg for The Fablemans, and oh, there's a good one, Charlotte Wells for After Sun. See, that's something I didn't 100% expect. So cool. They are giving After Sun some props, but they can't give a director or picture with 10 fucking nominations, though. But they can give it actor, actress, and screenplay. Mm. So something's missing here because I would have expected After Sun. What's the other original screenplay that I would have expected? I'll see when I switch over to my Gold Derby and what I got wrong, I guess. Oh, like Triangle of Sadness or The Menu. Like I would have expected those two before After Sun. I think those are the two I was thinking. I believe those are both original. Otherwise, these top four are the top four for the Oscars. So this could be the Oscar 5 easily, give or take a After Sun if they fall in love with it or not. Adapted screenplay. There's The Whale. We got something for The Whale. Hong Chow didn't make it again, did she? I just realized that. Son of a bitch. It's gonna be tough for Brendan Fraser to win if the only thing getting in anywhere is the screenplay and him. Like, if it's not gonna get in for Best Picture, which it didn't. The last actor to win Best Actor without a correlating Best Picture nomination was Jeff Bridges for Crazy Heart in 2009, and that was Jeff Bridges, who's, overdue for 40 years, finally winning an Oscar. Brendan Fraser, as much as we all love him, has not been overdue for an Oscar for 40 years. So, it's looking very much like it's probably gonna end up being Colin Farrell or Austin Butler. I would kind of hope for Colin Farrell because I prefer when an actor who's been working longer wins an Oscar, especially if it's their first time getting nominated like Colin Farrell. The Golden Globes can give it to Austin Butler because he's the hot young thing. That's what they like to do. They like to give awards to people that are new and cool and pretty. Like when Aaron Johnson won for what the hell was it? Nocturnal Animals for supporting actor, and then he wasn't even nominated at the Oscars, and that was the first time that had ever happened in like 40 years or something like that. And then they nominated Michael Shannon instead, who was way better. No offense to Aaron Johnson, I like Aaron Johnson, but you can't Michael Shannon. You can't help Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, adapted screenplay. So where were we? The Whale, Living, Glass Onion, She Said, and Women Talking. That's probably the 5 I had. I honestly think it is. I can't remember anything that I would have had besides those 5. But we'll see. Best cinematography. We have Russell Carpenter for Avatar. The Deacons made it for Empire of Light. Florian Hofmeister for Tar. That's a good name. Hofmeister. Sounds like a character from a what the hell are they? Rankin Bass cartoon. Hofmeister Meisterburger. Janusz Kaminski for The Fablemans. Of course, it's Steven Spielberg's go-to cinematographer. Claudio Miranda for Top Gun. Top Gun is winning cinematography fucking everywhere as far as like critics awards goes. It's sweeping. It's won like 6 out of like 8 of them or something so far. And Babylon. So all of these I expected to be here. The only one, I mean, the weakest one, sight unseen, I would imagine, would be kind of Tar, just based on the nominee and just what I've seen of the movie, like cinematography wise. It doesn't seem like 100% knock it out of the park nomination. But Empire of Light isn't getting very good reviews in general, and it will get in only because of the Rocketeer Deakins touch. Let's put it that way. Best production design, we have Black Panther again. That's cool. It won the first one. The Fablemans, Avatar again. That also won the first time around. Everything Ever All at Once. That is a good nomination for production design. I'd like that. That's a great movie to get nominated in like every category. So I'm not surprised it has 14 nominations because it has a little bit of everything in it. That's what makes it so cool. Elvis, not surprised, and Babylon. Yeah, that's out of 6. That's exactly what I would have probably predicted. I can't. The only one I maybe would have shoved in there that I might have and gotten wrong, just as a hope prediction, was Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which I know I haven't for the Oscars, but I probably end up changing it. But I like the idea of a stop motion movie being nominated for production design because it's never happened, and that movie is gorgeous if you watch it. Best editing, we have Babylon, Top Gun, not surprised, Avatar. Avatar's kind of surprising in editing, actually. I don't remember if the first one got in or not at the Oscars, at least. Everything Everywhere, absolutely deserving. Elvis and Tar, yeah, nothing here is too super shocking, especially with 6 nominees. Like I said, the 3 I absolutely, or 4, I should say, that I absolutely knew were going to get in were Babylon, Top Gun, Everything Everywhere, and Elvis, I would imagine. But the other 2 are like, sure, why not? Costume design, you got Ruth Carter again, the winner for the first Black Panther, so that's cool. Jenny Egan for Knives Out, or Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. For costume, that's a cool nomination. Everything Everywhere All at Once, another inspired nomination. They don't like modern stuff at the Oscars, but it's like sci-fi modern, so I don't know if it would count, I don't know. It's in that weird place where it's like I said, it's a little bit of everything, so it might work to its advantage. All right, my wife called, so I had to make a cut. Let's just start over at costume design. Yes, like I said, Ruth Carter, one for the first. Knives Out, Glass Onion. I always want to say Knives Out, Glass Onion Mystery. Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery. Everything Ever All at Once. Brilliant costume design. Great nomination. Elvis. Could see that coming a mile away. Woman King. That's a good one. The Woman King is a cool nomination. And Mary Zoffreys for Babylon. Seemed very obvious. Yeah, I don't think Glass Onion's the only one here that I'm like, really? Because I haven't seen the movie, so I don't really know. But Knives Out had good costumes, and I imagine it's the same people working on this one. I don't know if they're award worthy costumes, I would say, but they are very good. I'm glad to see something more interesting like that than the Fablemans, which is just like, here's what people wore then. You know what I mean? It's always kind of boring when costume nominations are just like suits from the 50s, like the Irishman, getting nominated for costumes just because it's the fucking Irishman. So good for them. They did some different stuff, some expected, couple not as expected. Makeup and hair. We got Babylon, The Batman. Thank you for nominating The Batman for something. That's like the one nomination at the Oscars that's guaranteed is makeup. Black Panther, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, another awesome nomination for that one. and The Whale. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm like Black Panther doesn't have much makeup though, but I'm like, oh yeah, it does. Never mind. Had to think about it for a second. But yeah, Everything Everywhere is another one with just weird, interesting, unique makeup. Batman, the penguin makeup is like the most ridiculous thing ever. The Whale, obvious. Elvis, obvious. Babylon, cool old timey makeup. Tobey Maguire looks creepy as hell in that movie. Good nominations all around. Nothing there that's like really. There's no Suicide Squad to make you cringe. Let's put it that way. And then it ends up winning somehow. Oh God, choking on my own rage here. Best visual effects. Avatar: The Way of Water. Another one for the Batman. Good. Some people watched the Batman and they still like it, even though it's been out for like 7 months. Good for you. Don't forget about movies just because they came out in March. Black Panther, unlike the original, which had a travesty for visual effects. This one actually looks good. Everything Ever All at Once is an awesome nomination for this because the entire crew of their visual effects department, there was like 9 people, including like the directors, I think. So it's just like a scrappy little team of guys. So I really hope it gets in at the Oscars, even if I don't expect it to win because fucking Avatar will, obviously. But it deserves a nomination because they did something great with very, very, very little. RRR, I get why it's there, but I can't stand fake animals, and that movie just has fake animals all over it. It drives me insane. And Top Gun, because, why not? They put the camera in the plane. Apparently, that's all you got to do to win cinematography awards and get visual effects nomination. But yeah, I'd be impressed if Avatar did not win every single visual effects award from here on out. Best comedy, they still do that, I guess. Banshees of Inisherin, Bros, good for Bros, got something. Everything Everywhere All at Once, obviously, it's going to win that. Actually, Banshees or Everything Everywhere could win easily. Maybe one will win Best Picture and the other one will win Best Comedy, and it'll be really weird. Glass Onion, not surprised. There's Triangle of Sadness, I got in there. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Hey, it got in somewhere. See, that's something I totally forgot about for like the Golden Globes. I could have totally seen Nicolas Cage getting in for comedy actor, but he didn't. Like, so now that I see that, I'm like, how did that not happen? Like, that would have been the perfect thing to nominate him for, just playing himself. Animated feature, Pinocchio, duh. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, obvious. Puss in Boots, yes. Turning Red, and Wendell and Wild. I did not like Wendell and Wild, but I like stop motion, so the more stop motion nominations, the better. Get less DreamWorks and Pixar, Disney stuff is good any year. Foreign language film, All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina, 1985. Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. Why does he have to have like unnecessarily long subtitles in his movies? Close, Decision to Leave, and RRR. So the same 5 as the Golden Globes plus Bardo. So the Oscars, it can't be RRR at the Oscars. So it might just be these 5 without RRR at the Oscars. So, but yeah, I think All Quiet, Argentina, Close, and Decision to Leave are guaranteed at this point. And then there's that 5th spot that could go to who knows what. There's always some random weird one that no one even like heard of until the nominations come out. Best song, Carolina, Where the Crawdads Sing, which is Taylor Swift, so whatever. Ciao Papa, which is the best song in the Pinocchio movie. Not a big fan of the songs in the Pinocchio movie. They kind of stop the movie, in my opinion, when they start, but that one is a much prettier and kind of a cute song than the rest. Hold My Hand, which I believe is Lady Gaga from Top Gun Maverick. Lift Me Up for Black Panther, which the only thing good about Lift Me Up, I say, like, it's not a bad song, but it's like, whatever. It's very repetitive. But it's a pop song, so, when aren't they? Is that Ryan Coogler co-wrote the song? So it's a nice sneaky way to give Ryan Coogler an Oscar nomination finally for something. So good for that. If like that's like the only reason I even wanted to get nominated at the Oscars. It's just so Ryan Coogler can finally have an Oscar nomination for something. Because he probably should have been nominated for something else, or at least, not that I say Black Panther deserves it, but what are you gonna do? RRR, Natu Natu, which is everyone's favorite song. And I think well, Ciao Papa, I think, is part of the movie, but Natu Natu is like a big musical number, so good for them. And New Body Roomba from White Noise, which I hear is a very fun song. When I watch that movie finally on Netflix, I think it comes out on the 30th, then I'll hear it. in context. I don't like to just listen to the songs if I can help it. I like to see them in the movie. But for most of these songs, they're end credit songs, so it doesn't even fucking matter. I'm a fan of movies that songs win when they're actually inherent to the story or the plot or affect the movie emotionally or something. If it's just like cuts to black and then credits roll over it, it's like that's not even a original. I mean, it's an original song, but it doesn't affect the movie to me. In me, I don't know. It's a cheap way of getting a nomination. That's all I'll say. It's a cheap free nomination. That's why it's like the least respected category of the Oscars, because it's like, oh, let's nominate 4 end credit songs that all involve standing up to oppression in the same year, and then the one good song from a goofy comedy about a foreign musical festival won't win because it's the only good song in the movie. But I digress. Best score, we have Alexandre Desplat for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, not surprising. Michael Giacchino for The Batman. Thank you. Fucking amazing score. Yes, that is thank you. It got something. Hilder for the double nomination. Hilder won a daughter. Hilder won a daughter. I don't know how to say her name right, so I'm just gonna say it with a pathetic accent. For both Tar and Women Talking. Tar has very little actual music in it, so this nomination is apparently bullshit. But good for her. She got 2 nominations. She'll probably get in at the Oscars for Women Talking. Justin Hurwitz for Babylon. I hear that score is ridiculous. John Williams for The Fableman. Apparently, it's only like 25 minutes of new and not very fantastic music, but it's John Williams. So my hopes is you take out Hilder's double nomination for Tar and put the Batman in at the Oscars because the Batman score is outstanding. So hey, at least here it got the things it deserved for makeup and score. Could have gotten cinematography. That would have been a good one for cinematography. All right. So here goes nominations by film. I'm just going to read this quick because it's easy. After Sun got 3. All Quiet got 1. Argentina 1985 got 1. Armageddon Time got 1. Avatar got 6. Babylon got 10. Very good for Babylon. And that's without Brad Pitt or Diego Calva. It got 10. That's pretty damn good. This thing's going to be a tech juggernaut, even if no one likes the fucking movie. But like I said, it's not hard to get a directing nomination with 10 goddamn slots. Banshees got 9, which is one more golden than it got at the Golden Globes. It got 8 Golden Globe nominations. That's crazy. That is very difficult to get 8 Golden Globe nominations. Even La La Land won 7 out of 7, and then everyone hated it right after that, and then it lost to the Best Picture. But that's all ancient history. Bardo got 1. Batman got 3. See, if Batman could just get these 3 at the Oscars, very happy. Black Panther got 6, which is more than I would expect it to get, but once you break it down, it makes sense. Bros got 1. Catherine called Birdie. Causeway 1. Close 1. Decision to Leave. Elvis 7. It's getting in there for that director, but everything else here I would have expected. So makes sense. Empire Blade got in for the Deacons. Everything Everywhere with a whopping 14. But the best thing about this is that out of these 14, only 2 of them are not Oscar categories, which is comedy and ensemble. So if you translate it over to Oscar nominations, if it does the same, it'll have 12 Oscar nominations. I don't think it'll make that many, but it has a very good chance of getting double-digit nominations, which is amazing. The Fablemans got 11, and that is with 1, 2, 3, 4 acting nominations. Same goes for Everything Everywhere, I suppose, and for Banshees. Glass Onion did 6. That's very good. Pinocchio got 3. The 3 pretty much you can get. I was hoping it would get that. Production design. Bill Living got 2. Puss in Boots, Marshall got 1. RRR got 5. That's really damn good for that movie. She said 1. Tar got 7. That's about right. Probably doesn't deserve the score one. Like I said, I hear there's very little actual score. It's mostly just like real music and noises. Like the score is actually just like noise. It's weird. Till got 2, which is 2 more than I got at the Golden Globes. Top Gun got 6, which is probably the exact 6 it's going to get at the Oscars. Give or take a surprise directing nomination or something. Triangle of Sadness got 1. That's kind of surprising that only got 1. I thought it would have got in for screenplay. Turning Red 1. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent 1. Wendell Wild 1. The Whale got 4. If it could do this at the Oscars, that would be great. So it didn't get supporting actress for Hong Chow, who was probably more deserving, at least from what I've heard, over Sadie Sink. At least she got something, which put some eyes on it. Plus that new trailer can't hurt. Crawdads got 1, White Noise 1, Woman King got 4, which is 3 more than I was gonna expect it to get, yesterday, more or less. Woman Talking got 6, which is more accurate. That's probably about how many, um, Golden Globes it should have gotten, minus the ensemble. And that's everything there. All right. Let's see how bad I did, huh? I think I got it pulled up here. I got 80% right. That's pretty fucking good, actually. Go me, I guess. But like I said, it's hard not to when you have 10 director slots, and I think I only was able to vote for 6, so it's like, if you get one wrong, you're an idiot. Pinocchio. See, I was going crazy, and I went for Apollo 10.5 because it's very critically acclaimed, and it was a 100 to 1 shot. So that's why I went for that. Adapted screenplay got perfect. Original screenplay, I had Triangle of Sadness over the one that got in that I can't remember right now that surprised me. Whatever the hell it was. Supporting actress, God, supporting actress is weird. Um, yeah, I went see because I wasn't feeling the Jamie Lee Curtis thing, so I never had her in anywhere. Hong Chow should have got in. Carey Mulligan got in at the Globes. At least I got him half right. I didn't bet too many points on that one. Best actress, on the other hand, I went 6 for 6 and bet 500 points. So go me on that one. Not that it was hard. Supporting actor, I only missed Ben Winshaw, which I'm not surprised. I had Brian Tyree Henry. Um, I didn't have Judd Hirsch. I still put Ben Winshaw ahead of Judd Hirsch, which probably is more deserving because Judd Hirsch is only in 9 minutes of that movie. Best actor, I got perfect. I did switch to Mescal. I was right. Yeah. Best picture, I I had The Woman King in, but I got that one wrong. Okay, that's the only one I got wrong. And I think was it Glass Onion that got in instead? Those are the two I was flip flopping on it, kind of. Goddamn. And director, I got them all right because I only picked 6 and they nominated 10. So if you get one of those wrong, you're fucking stupid. Film ensemble, I picked Babylon over The Woman King. I think that's what I got wrong there. Yeah, so that's all that was on there. Cool, not so bad. I'll take that. 80% right is a lot better than I did on the Golden Globes. I think I got 69% right on there. But overall, I can't complain about the nominations. It is so obviously trying to predict the Oscars, and that's the stupid thing to me. So we'll just leave it at that. I already have to edit this down and cut it a little bit shorter. So thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. All that jazz. If you like awards season guff, I do that. I do Blu-ray and 4K hauls and unboxings, things of that nature. Show me what you got videos, I call it. I started a series of live streams where I do tournaments of award-winning movies against one another to decide the best film on that thing. So I did the SAG Ensemble Award winners and the Oscar Best Picture winner so far, and I intend to do the '90s Best Picture nominees next, but I probably won't do that until January after the holidays because everyone is busy as fuck. So why do it now? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Shop, pop, movies.